Hey YouTube, Ashley Aesthetics here. This is going to be part one of my two-part YouTube tutorial on how to make a lyric video using Movie Maker. First off, what you're going to need is three things. You're going to need your background image, which you can find on Google. You're going to need your MP3 file, which I'm going to tell you here in a minute how to get. And you're going to need your lyrics, and you know how to find lyrics. But I'm going to go ahead and show you anyway. Well, I'll just tell you about it to shorten this video, because normally it's about 20 minutes long a piece, and I don't really want to waste my time on something I've already done. As you can tell, I've already got my lyrics here. The song I am doing is Rise Against Savior, and how you get your MP3 is you use youtube-mp3.org, and what you're going to do is open up a separate tab, and you're going to open up YouTube. You're going to find the official music video or official lyric video of the song that you're using, copy the URL, and then paste it into the little bar they give you on your original tab. And whenever you hit convert video, it's going to pop up a little clip of the thumbnail and the length of the video, the time of the video, and a little blue line in blue words that says download. You click download and it saves right to your computer. It's that easy. Now for your lyrics, you can basically get them anywhere you want, but the easiest and simplest way I do is type in the name of the song and lyrics on Google, and your first link normally is going to be a link to a website called azlyrics.net, or is it .org? I'll look it up and I'll check that for you guys, but it's your first link normally, and it will have a link directly to all of the correct lyrics, and a link to a ringtone if you want to get it for your phone. So I think that's pretty cool. So let's get started with this video now that we have all of our materials we need. To add your background, which I already have saved, you're going to go to your top left hand corner and you're going to click on Add Videos and Photos. It's that simple, that easy. This is the file I'm going to use, so I'm going to double click to open. Now, before I start adding my music, I want to make sure that my pictures are a few seconds, or at least a minute and a half to 2 minutes in to my video, so I'm going to select all, copy, and paste it a few times. That's 2 minutes, so I'm going to stop it there. And I'm going to go to Add Music right beside where you just clicked and find my file. Now let me show you something. You see how your MP3 file is lined up with your picture file at the very end? That means your MP3 file is longer than the pictures you have up, and if you hover over it, it'll tell you the exact length and the name of your file. So what you're going to do is you're just going to keep pasting your background until you find the end of your MP3. And this is going to be the ending, and seeing as my music stops right about the end of this picture, I'm going to delete off this last one and just use this last one in the end for my credits. And if I have to, I'll go ahead and add a second one, but I don't think that's going to be needed. So the first things you need to know for Movie Maker is a few flaws that Movie Maker has in every version. There is no way of fixing it. It is in every version I've ever found, and they just don't care. The main thing is, whenever you have lyric videos playing on your themes, you're not going to use any that have the bars, the side effects, the boxes, or the filters. You are not going to use themes, period. I'll tell you why. Whenever you're using them, and you have it open on just your regular screen like this, and you hit play, it's going to lag. Your music is going to play when it doesn't match up with your lyrics, and your whole entire video is going to be messed up. So I'm going to show you, after I get 3 or 4 captions in, how to add different little things to your lyrics to make them look like they're themed, but not have to worry about the lagging and your files not matching up with your lyrics, okay? Now, the second thing, as I said before, Movie Maker has flaws. This one is pretty big. It can cause you so much stress and so much anger. I know from experience. If you click on a file, say we add a caption to the middle of a picture like right here, and it's like right in the middle. If you hit play from where it's at, it's going to do the exact same thing it would do with the theme. It's going to lag, and you're going to hear music that does not match up with that time. And if you do that, your lyrics are going to not be matched up with the time in the correct order. So, in order to fix that, you're going to click the beginning of the picture where there is the beginning of your lyrics or your caption, whatever you might have down, and hit play so that you know where your original timing is and you have your lyrics matched up with the MP3 that's playing. Now, a third thing, whenever you're doing lyric videos, you always want to add a title, right? You want people to know what they're looking at. If the song starts directly off and there's no like instrumental right before it and it's just like instant lyrics, you're gonna have to move your file because you don't want your title page to match up with your first box for your captions. So how to do that is you click, hold it, and drag to your second picture. It's that simple. Now there is no longer any music going to be played on this picture, and you can add your title. But, you see this little thing right here that says title, caption, and credit? If you want your background for your title or credits to be the image that you have, do not click title or credits, because if you do, you will get something like this. It's going to pop up a black image, and it's not going to let you change it. So, to fix that, you are going to click on your thumbnail or whichever picture you're on and click caption. No matter what, caption is always going to add a text box onto your background. It's never going to change it. So I'm going to go ahead and type in the title of our song, Rise Against Savior. And at the bottom I always like to put lyrics because people like to know what they're getting into and opening. And if that's your thumbnail, they're not going to have any problems finding it and knowing what it is, because I know everyone hates opening up a YouTube video and it not matching up with what they expected at all. And another quick thing that I'm going to tell you Movie Maker has a problem with, your background images, sizing. If your picture's too small, you're going to have little black bars like this. And if you're doing lyrics, you don't want your words to overlay into the black. So one way to fix that is to, whenever you're centering it, bring it out only to the end of your picture, so right here. And to line up your lyrics on every page so that they're not just in random places and it looks like complete crap, I like to find a point on my pictures in the background where I can move my box to every time I do it. And on this one, I think I'm going to use the very top of the hand in the very center. Now for the title, you want to make it a little bit bigger than you do your fonts. It originally saves to 24, but I like to use 60 for my title and then move it up so that my text is evenly lined with it so that no matter what it's going to be there. I'm going to outline it in medium outline to make it stand out against the background and change the color to black to contrast it. And how you do that is you go right over here to the right, click, and choose the size you want. Medium, I believe, is like the perfect size. It's not too big, not too small. And then your colors right beside it. Same exact thing, basically. Now, whenever you're working with your lyrics, you want to find the place on your file where they start. And you can always look at the little music loop that they have playing at the bottom of your MP3. It shows like the volume of your song and lets you know what's going on, really. And for the beginning, you're going to have a little bit of space right before it starts because you're not going to start a file or begin a file with like half a second into it and they're playing music and singing. So there's going to be like a little space right in between this dark green and the light green. You're going to put your marker right on it. That is the exact point where your music starts. And for this song, as we already know, it immediately starts singing, so we know this is where our caption is going to be for our first lines. Now whenever you're adding text, you always want to make sure you only do 2 to 3 lines so that there's not too much. If I can spell, there's not too many words on one picture and it overruns people's minds and they don't know what they're doing. So I always like to do 1 to 2 lines for my lyrics. And the other good thing about this website I told you about to find your lyrics, azlyrics.org or .net, I believe it's org, is that they basically write it out in the tune of the song. So as you're reading it is going to be the fluctuation in the tune. So normally the first line's going to be sung together. There's going to be a slight pause or like a short instrumental in the second line, and basically all you have to do is write the first line and then adjust your sizes. I like to use 45 for my regular text, and then I'm going to outline it and color it. Now to do the adjusting, we're going to start at the beginning of the picture. Like I told you, you do not want your files stalling or lagging. At the beginning of the picture, you're going to hit play. And let's go ahead and do that and find out how long we're going to need our lyric videos to be, okay?
It kills me not to know this, but I've all but just forgotten.
Alrighty, so our music stops right about here. To get to where you need to change the length of your lyric videos, you're going to double click your font or your caption box. You're going to go right up here to underneath text tools and click format, and it's going to be this bottom clock right here. It says it's at 6:43, so we're going to go ahead and put 5 and see how that works out. It's almost on there, but it's just a slight off, so I'm going to go ahead and subtract 1 millisecond and put 4.9. Perfect. Now, to check it, you're going to click the beginning of your picture and play it through. Like I said, repeating, monotonous process.
It kills me not to know this, but I've all but just forgotten what.
Perfect, almost, except our music is a little bit longer. So I'm going to take off a second, try it from the beginning.
It kills me not to know this, but I've all but just forgotten what.
Okay, that was perfect. So whenever you have a faster paced song, it's common sense really that there's going to be more words in a shorter amount of time. So you're going to need more caption boxes to space out these lines. So whenever you have a longer song, your caption boxes are normally going to be almost to the point where they overlap. So basically, lined up side by side. So you're going to add your caption, and we're going to do the next line. What the color of her eyes were, and her scars, or how she got them. And like I said, each line kind of goes with the song. It's the same way with this. You're going to bring it out to the edges like you did before with your title. Change your font. I believe we do 45. Do your outline, color, and you're going to move your text up to match with the top. I like to, after I've moved the text box to fix it, bring the text up so that there's not that little gap and you know for sure that it matches. And then, seeing as it's only 1.5, we're going to bring it to about 4 this time to check it. Let's say 5, because this is kind of it's not really fast, but it's not really slow. We're going to click the beginning, where there is a space between our file and our lyrics. We're going to hit play, and let's see if we can get this one lined up right too, okay?
It kills me not to know this, but I've all but just forgotten what the color of her eyes were, and her scars, or how she got them.
Alrighty, it's just a little bit too short, so you're going to do the same exact thing before. You're going to double click, format, and then I'm going to do 1/4 of a second. I'm going to do 5.25 and test that one out. Go to the beginning and hit play.
It kills me not to know this, but I've all but just forgotten what the color of her eyes were, and her scars, or how she got them.
Alrighty, that's basically perfect. So, you're going to find where your next lyrics start. And this one, like I said, is really fast. It's not really fast, but it's quicker paced. So we're going to line it up, because we know that's where our lyrics begin, and we're going to do our next line. As the telling signs of age rain down, a single tear is dropping. And you always, like I've said before, check your grammar, check it again, and if you checked it twice before, do it again. I don't care if I'm rude. They don't want people being rude to them because their stuff is misspelt, is it? And really, if you have your lyrics up, all you really have to do is copy and paste. Highlight, copy and paste. As long as you know for sure, positive, that it is spelt right. And with AZ lyrics, you don't really have to worry about the wrong grammar. We're going to move it up. We're going to do a little outlining. I believe I've already done that. And we're going to put it to about 4 seconds. We're going to go to the beginning and test it out.
It kills me not to know this, but I've all but just forgotten what the color of her eyes were, and her scars or how she got them. Has the telling signs of age rain down, a single tear is dropping.
Alrighty, so our lyrics end about the middle of this little dent. That's because his voice quits talking and it doesn't have the volume it needs to spike. So we know this is where we're going to be ending our lyrics. Double click to go to format, and we're just going to guesstimate about where that's going to be. Almost, so I'm just going to go in and add 2 milliseconds at a time. Go to the beginning and I'm going to test it.
It kills me not to know this, but I've all but just forgotten what the color of her eyes were, and her scars or how she got them. Has the telling signs of age rain down, a single tear is dropping through the
Perfect. Okay, so let me show you 2 or 3 more things before I end this video up. I'm now going to show you how to add the effects to your lyrics, and it's simple, easiest thing you can ever use. Like I said before, you're not really going to use your themes, which you're going to find on your home page. To get to the effects that's going to keep your lyrics in your MP3 from lagging, you're going to double click and go to format, just like you would your time. And these little blue boxes, cannot talk, these little blue boxes are your different effect choices you have. If you hover over them, it'll give you a 1 to 2 second example of what it's going to look like. And whenever I'm doing my lyric videos, the titles, I like to have them merge in like that, because it just kind of gives it a snazzy way to start it, I guess. I don't know what you'd call it. But one thing with your effects, just like with your themes, if it has these gray things, if it has little bubbles that overlay it, or these little bars, it's going to lag your MP3. So try to stay away from cinematic and contemporary. I like to use just the regular fonts, and even though it has less of a variety and doesn't stand out as much, if you choose the right combination of your effects, it can do wonders for your video and make it look even better than just one of the effects from the bottom that would make your whole entire file lag. So I like to go in order for mine. So seeing as I did the first one there, I'm going to start this one at the beginning, this one the next, and this one we're going to go down one. And to play it, you click the very beginning and hit play.
It kills me not to know this, but I've all but just forgotten what the color of her eyes were, and her scars or how she got them. Has the telling signs of age rain down, a single tear is dropping.
Perfect. So now that we've got that done, I believe that's all I really need to show you right now, except for how to save it as a movie, not as a movie, but as a file in Movie Maker, so that you can come back and edit it again. And it's simple. All you're going to do is hit your little red X and click yes. And then I like to save mine under the date, which is September 4th, 2014. And just click save. So that's how that works. And if you guys need anything else, there's always a comment. In my second video, I'm going to make sure that it is at the end, so you're not going to have to watch all that repeating process when you already know how to do it, and I can show you the last few things that you don't know how to do yet, okay? See you later, guys.